Devy leagues. But first, I want to introduce a new segment. Now, the Devy Digest, when I created it, it was to give you an insight on who these players are and what they do well on the field. But I also want to personalize them and let you in on them as a human being. So, the first player that I want to bring their story to light is Utah State wide receiver Jalen Royals. Now, he attended Hillgrove High in Georgia, where he was a multi sport athlete. He varsited in basketball, where he was a shooting guard. He also competed in track and field. He was an all state high jumper, and as a senior on the football field, Jalen Royals played 9 games. He had 26 receptions for 455 yards and 4 touchdowns. His best game was against McEachern with 4 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. And the very next week against Westlake, had 4 receptions for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, Jalen Royals was a type to do whatever it took to help the team. He was asked to play cornerback in games, and he did so willingly because he wanted to help the team. As a defender with no real background playing cornerback, he had 3 interceptions, a pick six, and 6 pass deflections. Now, coming out of high school, Jalen Rose had no offers and he would go the JUCO route. He attended Georgia Military College, and in 2001 he played 10 games. He had 7 receptions for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, Jalen Royals received a flyer about an open camp tryout for Utah State. He flew out to Utah and drove to Logan to try out. That's about a 1,700-mile flight and drive combined. Jalen Royals bet on himself. He showed up to a one-day camp. He measured in at 6 foot, 193 pounds. The coaching staff asked him to run the 40 time. His first time was clocked at 4.32 seconds. The coaching staff didn't really believe it. They looked at each other and they asked Jalen Royals to run it again. He did so and ran a faster time. He has a verified 4.30 in the 40. He also has a 10 foot 10-inch broad jump, and he impressed the entire coaching staff. They asked him to run routes. They absolutely loved him. Jalen Royals flew back home to Georgia, and a few days later, he was offered a scholarship to Utah State, and Royals accepted it. A few weeks later, he moved out to Logan and he was enrolled at Utah State. The story doesn't end there. He got on campus in 2022 and he appeared in 12 games, including a start against Boise State. Now, he didn't record a stat all year long, and the issue was Jalen Royals had trouble getting off the line of scrimmage. Corners were jamming him, pushing him off his line, and the coaching staff kept working with him. And Jalen Royals was a sponge. He just soaked everything in and took it to heart because he wanted to be the best player that he could be. He turned that weakness into a strength. And now Jalen Royals has a very good set of moves to get off the line of scrimmage. And now he makes defenders miss on jams and press coverage. Now, Jalen Royals worked and earned the trust of the coaching staff. And he was named a starter after spring camp in 2023. Now, Jalen Royals was asked during the season what changed from year one to year two, and he stated confidence. He didn't have any. The coaching staff kept trusting him and working with him, and it made Jalen Royals gain confidence. And now his confidence is through the roof. He finished 2023 with 71 receptions, 1,080 yards, and 15 touchdowns. Jalen Royals is an all academic Mountain West athlete, and he was named third team All American. I hope you got to know Jalen Rose a little better.